Ohio. Georgetown, the capital of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana, the largest economic and transport center of the state. The population minus 200,500 people. 2012. It is founded in 1781 by Dutchies and originally Stabroek, literally, a standing, landlocked pond was called. At the beginning of the 19th century the city departed to Great Britain and in 1812 was renamed into Georgetown in honor of the English King George III. Georgetown is in a northeast part of Guyana, on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, near the place of confluence of the Demerara River in him. Weather within the city is caused by influence of a humid subequatorial climate. Average monthly air temperatures fluctuate within a year ranging from +26 up to +28 C. Average annual level of rainfall is about 22–50. The rainy season is divided into two periods. The first proceeds from the middle of April to the middle of August, the second, from the middle of November until the end of January. The greatest number of rainfall drops out in December. Owing to nearness of the city to the Atlantic coast, relative air humidity in Georgetown reaches very high point. As a rule, 75–80% in the afternoon and nearly 90% early in the morning. During the whole year the city is subject to influence of the northeast trade winds blowing in Atlantic. The city is located in a zone of savannas. In his devil sites of flora typical for savannas remained acacias, small leaf bushes, cereal grassy plants. The population of Georgetown together with suburbs reaches more than 250,000 people. It is nearly a third of all residents of the country. Representatives of the main ethnic group living in the capital, descendants of the Indian immigrants. About a half of residents. Also there live Africans, Europeans, mainly natives of Portugal, and mulattoes. There are almost no aboriginals of the country, the American Indians, in the capital as they occupy generally internal regions of Guyana and lead a semi-nomadic life. A state language, English, among certain segments of the population also Hindi and Urdu are widespread. More than a half of the believing population of Georgetown adherents of Christianity. Catholics and Protestants. The others practice Hinduism and Islam. Georgetown was founded in 1781 by the Dutch colonists. In 1784 the city received the status of the administrative center of the Dutch colonial possession in South America. At the beginning of the 19th century, during the military operations between Holland and Great Britain which ran high as a result of fight for colonial domination in the territory of Guyana, Georgetown was conquered by the British who in 1812 gave the city his modern name. City of Durdze, in honor of the British King George. In 1812 in Georgetown the governor's residence was placed. In 1831, after merging of the English colonies Berbice, Essequibo and Demerara, the neogenic territory began to be called the British Guyana, and Georgetown was announced by her capital. The British colonists paid much attention to improvement of the city, laying of roads, expansion of the area of the processed plantations in the neighborhood of Georgetown. After abolition of slavery in the 1830th years, sea vessels with hired workers from India and some other countries, Europe, Asia and Africa, began to arrive in the port of Georgetown. In the 1840th years, the city workers from Portugal, mainly from the island of Madeira and also from China, began to move. Subsequently, from among the immigrants who located in Georgetown, the whole class of skilled workers and businessmen who made the significant contribution to economic and political development of the city was created and promoted, carrying out many reforms in his economic and social life. In the 1920th years in Georgetown, construction of modern buildings from reinforced concrete was developed. They are concentrated mainly in a business part of the city. In other districts of Georgetown, mainly wooden one-story constructions which had on high support from a brick were built. In the 1930th years in the city, fight of workers for economic transformations became more active. In Georgetown, strikes of the working local enterprises became frequent. In the late 40s, the beginning of the 1960th years among the capital population liberation movement against the British colonial domination in the territory of Guyana amplified. In 1950, the city was visited by Gerald Darrell. Source: Massachusetts. Actions of the workers of Georgetown showing discontent with the policy of the British authorities were observed in 1962-1964. As a result of national disorders, the government of Great Britain was forced to meet a part of the demands made by residents of Georgetown and other cities. For example, expansion of electoral rights and a circle of powers of local authorities. That led to some democratic changes in political life of the whole country. In May 1966, with declaration of independence the states of Guyana, Georgetown, it was officially recognized as his capital. In 1970, after transformation of Guyana to the Cooperative Republic Guyana, Georgetown received the status of the capital city. Here the government residence, parliament of the country and all her public administrative authorities were placed. In 1970, the 1980th year's economic development of the capital endured the crisis caused by considerable reduction of prices of sugar and bow. The main export products of the country, which are taken out mainly from seaport Georgetown. Strikes of workers began to take place in the city again. The certain instability of the political power caused by the escalated fight of representatives of various party groups was noted. Attraction of foreign investments for the purpose of improvement of economy camps in general and her capitals in particular allowed to stabilize a little economic life of the city in the 1990s. Reorientation to market economy and democratization of society provided increase in efficiency of work of the enterprises of Georgetown and further development of trade relations with other states. The architectural appearance of Georgetown is made by accurate rectangular network of the streets decorated with greens of gardens and parks. The main cultural and historical city monuments are the world's largest wooden Anglican Cathedral of St. George, constructed in 1892, and the Catholic Cathedral of Immaculate Conception, built from reinforced concrete plates in 1921-1931. Also buildings of Parliament and the government residence, which were built in 1839-1844, are of a certain interest. In the 1880th years in Georgetown, the courthouse and a city town hall, which now are architecture monuments, were built. In 1817 Dutchess built the Georgetown beacon. In 1881 the construction of the Stabroekske market, which became the largest in the country, was completed. In the capital there is a National Museum of Guyana, which exposition narrates about historical development of the city and country, since an era of colonial conquests. In Georgetown there is also a theatre, Guild Theatre. Among the leading higher educational institutions of Georgetown, the University of Guyana, founded in 1963, in which training of students is conducted at medical, legal faculties, faculties of art, social and natural sciences. There are also Technical Institute, Pedagogical and Agricultural Colleges, Economic School of Carnegie, the Guyanese Center of Industrial Training, and other educational institutions. The collection of books, largest in the country, and other printing editions is stored in National Library of Guyana. In the neighborhood of the capital there is a national park, Kyater, in whom the set of species of tropical flora and fauna remained. Directly within the city there is a large botanical garden, the Georgetown Cenotaph in Umaniyana. And 41 kilometers from the city there is an international airport, Chedi Jagan, who allows to support air traffic with the cities constantly. Toronto, New York, Miami, London, Paramaribo. The city is well groomed, planted trees and shrubs, therefore it is called the Caribbean Garden City. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.